Hey guys, it's Simeon. This is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 3rd of May, 2021 to talk about everything that went down on Monday Night Raw. And if you're not watching live, then you don't know that this is take 2. But we're good to go now. Everything's up and running. We're going to talk about Raw. And it was an interesting show, a very interesting show. We'll get into it when I get to, I guess you could just say, fuck it. We'll just say right now, Eva Marie, they finally announced that she's back for sure. And people online are pissed. Fans are not happy. And we'll talk more about it once we get to that part of the show. But, whoo, people, when I say people are pissed on Twitter, they're pissed on Twitter. But with that, I want to say thank you for watching us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember, if you are watching here on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by hitting that donate button right down below, or by donating a super chat right in the live chat as well. Also, remember, if you're here and you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that one of 2 different ways. You can either subscribe just like Broken King Slender at tier 1. And he's done it for 10 months in a row. Really appreciate that one, bud. Broken King Slender at 10 months. But if you say, I don't got any extra money, but you pay Amazon, whether that's for your free shipping or your Amazon Prime Video, well, that means you got Amazon Prime. And that means you've got Prime Gaming. And with Prime Gaming, you get a multitude of things like free games, sometimes free in-game stuff like skins for Fall Guys and whatnot, but it also gives you 1 free subscription to any Twitch channel that you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to us right here, PW Unlimited. On the flip side, if you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, you can help us out a couple of different ways, either by donating a super chat or a super sticker donation in the live chat, or by subscribing to the channel as a channel member. As a channel member, you get perks like early access to podcasts, early access to non-news videos, early access to exclusive news, and you get a badge next to your name, and you get emojis you can use in the live chat. Plus, the most direct way to support us is by heading over to patreon.com/PW Unlimited. But with that, we got to get the polls up really quickly here, because I want to know what you guys thought about this episode of Raw. What did you think of tonight's Raw? I liked it. It was all right. I didn't like it. All right, the poll is live on Twitch. Pop that there. Throw it up on YouTube really fast. I didn't like it. All right. We've got the poll going on Twitch. We've got the poll going on YouTube once it ever does actually populate. Come on, YouTube. Clicked it. Why isn't it going? There it goes. YouTube takes a minute sometimes. We do have a super chat donation from Alonzo Ball, is Kobe Bryant's son. Just hope you have a good day. This is all I can donate. Hey, I appreciate anything. I greatly appreciate anything you guys can help to support the channel and keep us going the way we go. So, again, I really do appreciate all the support, all the help, all the love you guys do give us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. But let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Before the show even played its opening video, there was footage from earlier today with MVP speaking with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville about, well, who's Bobby Lashley going to face tonight? Is it Braun Strowman or is it Drew McIntyre? And he goes, Adam Pearce that is, we'll flip a coin. And right on cue, here comes Drew. And then right on cue, here comes Braun. And then He goes to flip the coin, and Adam Pearce says, Braun, call it in the air. Braun goes, tails. Flips it, tails. So Braun will be facing Bobby Lashley tonight. The two argued, Braun and Drew. And yeah, we got the opening segment, or the opening video for Raw. And then we hear some celebration music. And you hear Mike Rome go, and now the self-proclaimed phenomenal Raw Tag Team Champions, AJ Styles and Omos. And out comes AJ and Omos for the first time since WrestleMania, if you don't count fucking the bump. They come out and they pipe in booze. They then bragged about beating the New Day at WrestleMania, and Omos even spoke. Styles said that the fans must have missed them. He said they've been partying on the coast of Florida and in the Caribbean. He said that's where we've been, if you want to know. He said they had better things to do than sit around throwing tomatoes like some people knock on the New Day. Styles noted that he was now a Grand Slam champion. He's only been here for 5 years. Some guys, it takes them never to reach that. New Day would interrupt. Styles said that he liked the vest and gloves that Kofi was wearing. Was he trying to copy me or something? Kofi said he wasn't even sure they worked here anymore since he hasn't seen them since WrestleMania. Xavier and Kofi mocked them for having the quote-unquote lack of work ethic. Kingston said that they were 11-time tag team champions for a reason, and tonight they're going to become 12-time tag team champions. He said whenever we get knocked down, we come right back. Even when we have success, we don't think we need to take any time off. Kingston said, greatest night of my life, WrestleMania. I won WWE Championship. That next night, I didn't go out and party. I showed up right here Monday Night Raw, and I wasn't even part of the Raw roster when I did that. He would go on to state, Kofi would go on to state that that's how a champion acts. You hear all the time, and you set, how did you phrase it? Basically said you set an example. Styles and Omos. New Day said the Styles and Omos shouldn't have taken that time off to travel. They should have been here as the champions. Omos said he was tired of hearing them talk and said, come in the ring. He said, we are going to knock you out like we did at WrestleMania. Omos said that they wouldn't even be able to talk or walk after tonight. Woods said they were going to become 12-time champions by the time this match was over. Going forward, we had an 11.5-minute match. It was AJ Styles and Omos defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. So the match looks like it was going to start as AJ and Woods, but then AJ says, nope, big man, get in the ring. Omos can't hack or break this cough. Jeez. Where was I? Almost manhandled both men of the New Day easily. They tried double team moves, but it didn't knock him down. He knocked them down with a double clothesline. Styles then high-fived Omos, but the referee called it a tag, and AJ had to get in the ring. Woods used a schoolboy here for a 2 before getting knocked out of the ring. Kingston then hit a thrust dive, which led to a break. But at one point, so AJ rolls out of the ring. Woods then does like a dive through the ropes kind of deal. Kofi then jumps into the ring to do a dive, but almost gets in his way so he can't bounce off the rings. And I shit you not, almost looks at Kofi and goes, not in my house. I said, this guy been watching Geico commercials. He literally, and it ain't a joke, almost literally said to Kofi, Not in my house. Jesus. Where were we? After the break, New Day worked over Styles and used the unicorn stampede. Styles gave Kingston a Pele kick and almost tagged himself in after Styles stumbled into their corner. Almost shoved down both guys with ease and handed out backbreakers, which he executed slowly and very, very carefully. Where were we? Almost at one point gave Kingston a big old slam. Woods kicked almost, but almost just booted him. Styles then tagged in and leapt off of Omos' shoulders for a phenomenal forearm onto Woods. He then pinned Woods and retained the Raw Tag Team Championships. So, okay. Still champs. I wouldn't have changed the titles anyways, to be completely honest. In the back, Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville were having a brief meeting. Remember, she is now... Jesus Christ. She is now WWE official Sonya Deville. Coach Charlotte left this little meeting, and Pierce would walk in and say, "What was that about?" She's like, "Oh, it's all good. Don't worry about it." He's like, "Hey, I appreciate your help you've been giving me here, but don't overstep your bounds." Then we got it. Get this video. It starts to play. The video plays. We see legs of a woman in front of a car, smoke around it as well. Camera then cuts to another shot, wide shot. You see the pink hair. You know who it is. Eva Marie. Yes, WWE has finally announced the return of Eva Marie for Monday Night Raw. Eva Marie would go on to talk about how she used to be in WWE. Then she left because she wanted to be independent and do some things on her own and follow other dreams. But now she knows that she's done it and knows how to do it and thinks that she can now be a role model for other women that want to be independent and follow their own dreams. And that has led her back to WWE, where her dream all began. She then said, she said, the Eva-Lution is here. And when I say people on Twitter are mad, and I don't understand how you can be this mad. Oh, you released Mickie James and Chelsea Green and the Iconics, but you debut Eva Marie 2 weeks later. It's not like they signed her after the releases. Here's how it all went down from as far as I know. Back in September, rumors started swirling. WWE's in talks to bring back Eva Marie. October, reports start going out. Eva Marie has signed with WWE and has been reporting to the Performance Center for training. We go November. We go December. We go January. We see pictures of her hanging out with new WWE signee Parker Bordeaux. Both tagging each other in photos. I think it's only one photo, actually. Hanging out together. We go February, March, April. Still don't really hear anything about Eva Marie, WWE. Everything kind of quiets down. And then tonight, the first Monday Night Raw of May, we get Eva Marie. So it's not like, oh, you signed her after you just released a bunch of women? Shame on WWE. No. That's why I was just like, why are people so mad? She's been signed back to the company since October. I mean, I get it. People are probably trying to say, oh, why not release her instead of like a Mickie or an Iconic? Okay, women, 10 people got released. It's unfortunate. But bitching about it ain't going to do anything about it. Saying on Twitter, you should have released her instead of Mickie, or you should have released her instead of Chelsea Green or the Iconics. What difference is that going to make just because someone you like better than somebody else that got to stay in the company? got released? Nothing. You're bitching to bitch. It's not going to make a difference. Eva Marie is on Raw. They're finally going to use her after signing her back in October. It's like, no, I'm not even going to get into that. I don't know. I was going to say something about people getting fired, but I'm not even going to go that route. Eva Marie is back. She's bringing the Eva-Lution, which gives me a lot of Eva-Lution vibes. Or Emelina. Remember, Emma couldn't play the character the way they wanted. They tried with Lana. Lana couldn't quite play the character exactly how they wanted. Now they're going to try with Eva Marie. This is a character that Vince has wanted to see for a while. Just a sexy woman on television that he can gawk over or something. I don't know exactly what it's all supposed to be, but that's kind of how the Emma thing. She was just supposed to be a sexy woman that knows that her looks are going to get her far. That's the character that this is most likely going to be. But yeah, we'll see how long it takes for her to get on TV. Will it be like Emma, 17 weeks of vignettes? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how long till Eva. And that's the other thing. They never said Eva Marie. They just said Eva. We'll see how long it takes for Eva to show up on Raw. And then Corey Graves goes, Eva Marie is back. Byron says something. And fucking Adnan Vert goes, well, it's all red everything. I get that's her old gimmick, but her hair's pink. Yeah, all pink everything don't sound as good as all red everything. But still, her hair's pink. You wore no red. It's not all red everything anymore. Anyways, let's move on. So going forward, Kayla Braxton interviewed MVP and Bobby Lashley. Basically, Lashley said that he didn't want to risk losing his title without getting beat, and that can happen in a triple threat. So he plans on taking out Strowman tonight so Strowman can't even compete in the triple threat. We then see Elias and Jackson Riker backstage. They're hiding from the New Day because they're going to throw some tomatoes at him as revenge for last week. As they throw the tomatoes, we don't see them hit. We then hear a noise. They get scared, go, uh-oh. Camera pans, and they had hit Randy Orton. Yup. They hit Randy Orton with the tomatoes. The New Day kind of sit there still, kind of like, what just happened? This looked extremely fake, extremely dumb. Riddle zoomed by on a scooter and just goes, hey, Randy. And yeah. Next up, we had Charlotte Flair versus Dana Brooke in a 4.5 minute match. At one point, Charlotte Flair basically told Dana Brooke, you're never going to be me. You tried to be me, and it didn't work. I'm just going to say right now, I'm shocked how much offense Dana actually got in this match. Dana got enough offense to hit her swanton, to knock Charlotte down long enough to hit her swanton. Just going to say that right now. But in the end, nothing much really happened in this match. Charlotte won easily, figure 8 submission. Then after the match, Charlotte wouldn't let go of the hold, so Mandy Rose jumped in to save her partner. Mandy dumped Charlotte out of the ring. Sonya Deville would come down. Charlotte looked happy that Sonya was coming down, so I thought we were going to get something with Sonya and Mandy. You know, I thought, okay, Sonya's going to come out and go, Mandy, this was not your match to get involved in. I don't know what you're thinking. And then book something for her. And there was nothing with Sonya and Mandy. We did get a commercial, though, because we went to break here for the A&E documentary this weekend, or next weekend. Booker T. One should be interesting. There's an exclusive interview. They then tell us there's an exclusive interview with Drew McIntyre coming up later. And then we cut back to the ring. It's Charlotte and Sonya. Mandy and Dana are just gone, disappeared. Deville called herself an official on the same level as Adam Pearce and wanted to give Charlotte Flair a chance to speak tonight. Charlotte reminded everybody that she's the one that beat Asuka's streak at WrestleMania a few years back and put Rhea Ripley on the map, beating her last year at WrestleMania. Charlotte said that nobody could tell her that a triple threat match at WrestleMania Backlash with her added to this Raw Women's title match was not going to make the show a bigger deal. She says it would. She called herself the original influencer of the women's division. She said everybody follows her lead. She influences all. She said some sort of comparison to Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian. I guess they used to be friends or something, and one tried to be like the. I don't know. I went right over my damn head. I mean, went right over my head. I didn't get it at all. She said something about, Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian, they were friends and follow her and this and that. And I'm like, huh? Rambled on a little bit longer before telling Sonya Deville, the only thing you can do, the right thing to do, is add me to the Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania Backlash. She said, Sonya, you need to be fair to Flair. We're probably getting that t-shirt soon. Be fair to Flair. Deville said that, the men have a triple threat at WrestleMania Backlash, so why can't the women? And she added Charlotte to the match, the Raw Women's title match, that is. Rhea Ripley would then come out and call this crap. She said that the reason Charlotte wasn't in the match at Mania was that nobody likes her. She accused Sonya Deville of planning this since bringing Charlotte back, giving her preferential treatment. Then Asuka comes in. Asuka runs down to the ring and just goes, this is bullcrap. Charlotte's a crybaby. I'm dying. Asuka then goes, I don't care who it is. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, I'm ready to get back the Raw Women's title. And she's like screaming, yelling, happy, excited, ready to fucking go. Asuka just wants to fight somebody to get her belt back. She don't care who it is. Charlotte said they were thrown one curveball after another, and suddenly they've lost it. They both are now complaining, and they're going to really be complaining when Charlotte wins the title at WrestleMania Backlash. Ripley then got in Deville's face. Charlotte took a cheap shot at Rhea. Then Asuka knocked down Charlotte right out of the ring. Asuka danced as her music played, and the segment ended. Whew, what a segment. Interesting. I mean, it built up the match well, I felt. But I'm just saying, Asuka was star of that segment. It's the way she comes in. She just comes right down to the ring, marches down, just all pissed off. You can see it in her face. She's like, this is bullcrap. I'm like, yeah, it is. In the back, Kayla Braxton, which I haven't seen Raw Talk. Is she hosting Raw Talk tonight? Because there was no Kevin Patrick. Anyways, Kayla Braxton interviewed Humberto Carrillo. Carrillo said that he knew what it was like to be bullied and wouldn't let Sheamus disrespect him anymore. Carrillo said he wasn't afraid of Sheamus and wanted to answer his open challenge tonight. Sheamus would then attack Carrillo and lay him out. Sheamus laughed and told Carrillo that he is in no condition to answer his challenge tonight. So in the back, Adam Pearce ran into Sonya Deville. He said, what was all that? We're supposed to consult each other before making any big decisions like that. She goes, I tried to call and text you, but there was no answer. He's like, we share an office. We were in it together earlier. She goes, but I understand, I get it. But this was a last minute thing. I had to just take care of it myself. And she said the decision needed to be made urgently. And we couldn't wait till the future. They awkwardly stared at each other for a few moments, and then the segment ended. I'm not even going to get into it. Like, what? This decision had to be made now. We couldn't wait till the future. What is Charlotte? Roman Reigns? You work on my time. I don't work on your time. Like, what? They got Miz TV. John Morrison back in action this week. Miz complained about being hit with a tomato over and over again last week, and they reminded us by showing the video. They said some more stuff until Damien Priest entered for his scheduled matchup against Morrison. They aired a Priest promo from earlier today where he admitted that The Miz had a great career and it was cool sharing the ring with him at WrestleMania. However, the guy with Miz's mouth wouldn't last 10 seconds where he came from in New York. He said if Miz was this bothered by being hit with a tomato, just wait until he finally breaks the Miz's jaw. Going forward, we then had Damien Priest against John Morrison in an almost 9-minute match. Priest clotheslined Morrison out of the ring, which led to a break 1 minute into the match. Morrison gained control during the break using a disaster kick. They went back and forth with strikes, and Priest got the better of the exchange, hitting a clothesline for a 2. Priest went to the top, but momentarily was distracted by The Miz, allowing Morrison to hit a Spanish fly for the near fall. Miz distracted the referee, but Morrison actually put Priest in a small package. Miz jumped down from the apron, but Morrison only got a 1 count off of this. Priest then came back and hit the lights out to pin Morrison and pick up the victory. So then, Priest just sits there in the ring, staring at Miz and staring and staring and staring at Miz until finally it cuts. Cuts to the back, and hey, we get an NXT call-up, or a 205 Live call-up, whatever you want to call him. Mansoor was signing his Raw Superstar contract. Feel for you, buddy. This man on 205 Live and main event, 49-0. 49-0 streak. All comes crashing down tonight. Priest welcomed him to Monday Night Raw. Sheamus barged in and joked about Carrillo. Sheamus suddenly noticed that Mansoor was standing there and thought maybe he's Priest's new intern or assistant. Mansoor informed him, no, I actually just signed my Raw Superstar contract. I'm a superstar just like you. Sheamus mocked him before suggesting, hey, how about you answer my non-title open challenge tonight? In the back, Kayla Braxton interviewed MVP again, third time we've seen him thus far. He complained some more about this triple threat at WrestleMania Backlash. This segment wasn't needed. Going forward, Lucha House Party took on Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin. I actually didn't get a time for this one because, well, you couldn't get a time for it when the match starts during a commercial and neither team gets an entrance. Like, literally, Kayla's talking to MVP and they cut the commercial. They come back and then Verk is just like, Lucha House Party and taking on Alexander and Benjamin right now in the ring. This match started in the commercial. I'm like, where did this match fucking come from? The hell? Anyways. Not much happened in this match, but, well, Alexander and Benjamin got dominated and defeated by Lucha House Party. Afterwards, Alexander grabbed a mic. Guy sounded like he's getting over some sort of a cold or something. His throat was rough. He said, it's no wonder we got kicked out of the Hurt business. It's because you. He said they really must have wanted to kick Benjamin out, and he got kicked out as well, just by association. He said Benjamin has let countless opportunities slip from his fingers for years and wondered how much time he actually had left in his career. Alexander said, I'm in the prime of my career. Time for us to go our own separate ways. Dropped the mic and walked off, and you hear Braxton go, oh, what a mic drop. So we'll see how this goes. Is it going to be babyface Shelton? I don't know. They keep calling Cedric Prime Alexander. Hopefully they don't change his name to Prime. That's just dumb. But he said, I'm in my prime. So we'll see how this goes. Fuck it. In the back, Drew Gulak approached Angel Garza and said, is that Rose for me? And Gulak thought that it was funny. The Garza's supposed to be a ladies' man, but he can never score. He said his Rose smells as bad as his win-loss record. Gulak then challenged him to a match where Garza said, I accept. And afterwards, I'm going to shove this Rose up your ass. Gulak looked very confused. We then got a belated birthday wish to The Rock. They also congratulated Young Rock on getting picked up for a second season. I actually think they picked it up for seasons 2 and 3. Doing good in the ratings. I like the show. I really do like Young Rock. Or Caleb Braxton, she caught up with Shelton Benjamin. Benjamin said he has survived this long because he can't take. He's survived this long because he can take a hit. Said he's seen countless wrestlers come and go, including guys just like Alexander. He said, in fact, it was Benjamin. Wait, hold on. Oh, Benjamin said that Alexander will respect him because he will survive. So I guess they're going to feud Cedric and Shelton. Cool. Going to be good matches. Say that, there'll be good matches. Next up, we had a 2-minute match between Angel Garza and Drew Gulak. Not much really happened. Gulak got beat with the wing clipper. And yes, after the match, Garza shoved the rose down the back of Gulak's tights. Closest we're going to get to him shoving it up his ass. He then hit a running kick to the ass. So presumably that is how he shoved it up his ass. Okay, whatever. In the back, Riddle did some comedy stuff with the Viking Raiders. He's like, hey, did you guys see the NFL draft last week? Who do you guys root for? The Raiders or the Vikings? And they go, well, we're not just both. We're both. We're Viking Raiders. We're not Vikings and we're not just Raiders. He's like, oh, okay then. And then he talked about being excited for Orton would come up and he said, hey, bro, so we're 2-0. What do you think? Maybe we team up again tonight? Orton said that they've only had one match. No, they're 1-0. 2-0 was after this match. So we're 1-0. And Orton goes, well, we've only had one match. How about another tonight? We'll see how it goes. Riddle was all full of glee. And next up, they took on the team of Elias and Jackson Riker in about a 5-minute match. Heels worked over Riddle until he hit a knee strike and tagged in Orton. Elias cut off Orton for a moment and dragged him to the announce table, which was obviously a bad idea because Orton suplexed him, backdropped him right on the table. Orton fought off Riker, who jumped him from behind, before setting up Elias for a draping DDT. Orton then tagged Riddle, hit the DDT. Orton gave Riker an RKO. Riddle landed the floating bro on Elias, and they called it, what did they call it? The floating RK bro or something. I don't know. There was some stupid name they tried to do. Elias gets pinned by Riddle. They are now 2-0. We'll see. They work well together. I think these two guys work well together. Caleb Braxton then interviewed Drew McIntyre for his exclusive interview. McIntyre didn't care who won tonight, whether that's Lashley or Strowman. He just wanted them to beat the crap out of each other before the big match at Backlash or WrestleMania Backlash. McIntyre then addressed Mason T-Bar. He said he didn't understand why they took off their masks but kept the stupid names. We've all been asking the same thing, big man. That he planned on beating Lashley and winning the title at WrestleMania Backlash. Strowman showed up to say that he would win the title. McIntyre told him to leave, and he left. Next up in an Untitled match, we had Sheamus, the U.S. champion, against Mansoor. The match ended in a DQ 4.5 minutes in. Sheamus was in full control early on, and he dropped Mansoor over the top of the barricade. Mansoor crawled back into the ring to avoid a countout, and Verk called this the great. He said, Mansoor has great wherewithal. Mansoor then kicked Sheamus' leg out from under him, hit a tornado DDT. Mansoor tried to go to the top, but Sheamus cut him off with a white noise. Sheamus then set up for a bro kick when he was attacked by Humberto Carrillo. Carrillo would cause the disqualification. And yeah, Carrillo gave Sheamus a suicide dive, but Sheamus came right back and laid him out with a bro kick. Sheamus then gave Mansoor a bro kick for good measure. Like, this guy has been protected on NXT. Well, he hasn't really wrestled much NXT. It's like 2 matches on NXT. On 205 Live and on Main Event. And then he comes to the main roster and loses. This guy could have been 50-0. Not gonna happen. Verk, would then call Sheamus, and I'm not making this shit up, the ginger-headed juggernaut. I shit you not. He said, Sheamus, dominant tonight. He's like, Sheamus, the ginger-headed juggernaut, dominant tonight. I said, he just fucking said what? Goddamn. We then get Alexa's Playground. She says Lily been going around tonight finding her favorite superstars. She's a fan. She is a fan, and she's got her eye on one certain superstar. Didn't tell us who it was, but then she said, Lily, what did you make me do? We'll see how that goes. But they had a women's tag title match, which went 2 minutes and 2 seconds. I shit you not. 2 minutes and 2 seconds. It was Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler defending against Naomi and Lana. And Lana just looks like such the dweeb. When she's coming down with Naomi, Naomi's doing her dance, and Lana's just trying to dance with her and going, like, no, it's not working. Like, I don't even know where to start. Lana seemed to have Baszler pinned at one point, but Reginald caused a distraction. Baszler then put Lana in the Karafuda clutch. She got out of it. She got right back into it, and then she submitted. Oh, yeah, Naomi was in briefly. But how brief can you really be? How much can you really be in a 2-minute match? We get MVP again, and he said that, well, told us there could only be one dominant bull, and that was the almighty Bobby Lashley. Broken King, at least Adnan is getting names right, and he's not calling people Jeff Harvey. Going forward, we had the main event. It was Bobby Lashley against Braun Strowman in an on-title match. McIntyre entered to his own music. Strowman clubbed Lashley's chest at one point, and he joined commentary. Strowman confronted McIntyre before, which allowed Lashley to knock him down. They went to a break. Lashley offered McIntyre a fist bump. McIntyre joined commentary, like I stated. Lashley was in full control during this 13-minute match early, until Strowman finally slammed Lashley with an electric chair drop. Strowman charges at Lashley outside the ring, but Lashley dodged, and Strowman flew into McIntyre ringside. Now, if Drew was paying attention, he would have knew this was all just one big happy mistake. But he gets up, starts yelling, "Get off of me! You want to come at me?" So he shoves Braun. Braun's like, "Hey, I didn't do it on purpose." And so Braun tries to get back in the ring to continue his match, and Drew follows him, gets back on the ring. What do you want to say to me, big man? What are you doing? And Braun's just like, I'm trying to wrestle my match. So he goes over to Drew, and the ref's like, Drew, get down. And he's like, Drew, you want to start some shit? And so Braun turns around, boom, speared, pinned, beat. Lashley gets to his feet. Drew's in the corner waiting. Claymore takes out Bobby Lashley. All of a sudden we hear, we've got breaking news coming from the back. WWE official Adam Pearce has made it official. Next week's Raw main event will see WWE champion Bobby Lashley taking on Drew McIntyre in a singles match. That match set for next week. McIntyre's laid out both men, and the show goes off the air. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Monday Night Raw. Now, I want to hear what you guys thought of tonight's show. Check our polls here. As far as the Twitch poll goes, 78% of you thought Raw was just all right. 22% liked it. Nobody disliked it. That's good. Really good. As far as the YouTube poll does go, 51% of you liked it. And the poll disappeared. Wait for the YouTube poll to pop back up. Remember, guys, if you want to be part of tonight's show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. Again, that number is 510-906-1341, as we already got a number of different text messages. But as far as the YouTube poll does go, 50% of you liked tonight's show, 29 thought it was all right, and 20 did not like it. As far as text messages do go, person says, where's the Fiend Bray Wyatt? No clue. Person says, do you think Sonya Deville should be Charlotte Flair's manager? No. Person says, do you think Charlotte Flair should change her entrance music to Toby Keith's I Want to Talk About? No. Now, have you heard the song? Have you heard the song? Plus, then everyone's going to go, what is this? Copying Impact into Neil Dashwood? When she says, it's all about me. Yeah, no. Plus, I'm not even going to get into it. That next text message says, so is Eva Marie a valet or wrestler? And is she a heel? Your guess is as good as mine. All we know is she did the one vignette where she was sexy on a car. Or said, do you think Sonya Deville is being reckless by allowing Charlotte Flair in the Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania Backlash? How's that reckless? How's that reckless? I don't get it. Why is it reckless? Reckless? How is that reckless? Was Vince McMahon reckless when he put Charlotte in the WrestleMania 35 main event? Or says, who do you think Eva Marie is going to feel? I don't fucking know. Any Eva Marie questions on what do you think they're going to do with her? Nobody knows. Or says, I enjoyed the fact that they had different superstars tonight instead of the usual Raw superstars we see every week. Very true. Also, do you think we're going to get Alexa versus Rhea? Maybe. Maybe. Says, are we getting Y2AJ 2.0 with RK Bro? Randy is a baby face for a couple of weeks to make new merch and then turns heel again. Nah. Randy asked to work in team with Riddle. So we'll see how it goes. But with that, guys, that's going to do it for tonight's Monday Night Raw review. I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember, you can join us on social media. Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Follow us on Instagram by searching for Pro Wrestling Unlimited. And always remember, follow us on Twitter @PW Unlimited. Follow our website, pwunlimited.co, to turn on the push notifications. And if you want to directly support us, patreon.com/PW Unlimited. But with that, I do see one question in the live chat that I want to address. It says, do you have any news on Throwback SmackDown? Who can we expect? Well, I don't know who we can expect, if anybody. I don't think there's going to be. From what I've heard, there's probably not going to be any returns. This, as I've tried to tell people all weekend, and nobody wants to listen, this is not a WWE move. This is a Fox move. Actually, this all has to do with NASCAR. As I've said before, in 2015, NASCAR brought back the Southern 500 to Darlington Raceway. With doing so, they wanted to pay tribute to the past. So they started what is called the Throwback Race. Race usually runs in the fall. So with it running in the fall, that means it always ran on NBC. The Throwback Race was a race where drivers ran old paint schemes. They picked a driver like, say, the 42 team wanted to pay tribute to their old mellow yellow paint scheme with Kyle Petty. So the 42 team ran the old school mellow yellow paint scheme to pay tribute to their past. We see drivers, like last year, there was a couple drivers that paid tribute to Jimmy Johnson because it was his final season, so they ran old Jimmy Johnson paint schemes. And that's where it all stems from. NASCAR in 2015 started Throwback Weekend. Fox, for the first time, has all 3 throwback races this year. And so they said, hey, how about not just doing a throwback NASCAR weekend? How about all Fox Sports programs go throwback? And that's why WWE is doing throwback. Because of NASCAR and because of Fox. We're only doing the throwback because Fox asked for it. That's all it is. That's all it is. This isn't a Vince wanted to do a Raw Legends Night type deal or something. No. This is all because of Fox and NASCAR. So that's all it is. That's all it is. And that's why they haven't, hey, half nuts comedy. How about I just ban you? There you go. How about that? Gonna go out there and disrespect the greatest sport in the world? Fuck you, bro. Disrespect NASCAR. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this review of Monday Night Raw. We'll be live again tomorrow for NXT. So with that, have a great night. I'll see you next time. All right. If you're still watching on Twitch, we're going to go raid some.